And if you're feeling creatively stuck or creatively frustrated or whatever, I recommend trying it for at least 30 days. Apparently daylight savings happened yesterday, and I woke up this morning and my watch at first glance gave me one time and then it switched over to the new time. I was really confused, and then I went on social media. I didn't export my video yesterday, so I'm doing that right now before I get my day started, otherwise I'll just forget. I had somebody leave a comment the other day, and the comment is something that it's the whole reason that I started vlogging originally, and the reason that I continue to do it every day now. It's a problem that I love being able to solve, or being challenged to solve every single day. And the challenge, or the comment, was I love day in the lives, I love vlogs, just when you do it every day, there's a high chance and a high probability that it's going to be really boring because it's super repetitive. And I get that. Life, if anything, is a routine, and there are daily habits that you do that just make you who you are, and are centered around what you do as a person. But the challenge that I love, and I think the thing that gets me the most excited about, one, watching other people's stuff, but also two, like making my own daily stuff, is the challenge of making those ordinary days and those monotonous days and weeks, making them feel a little special or a little unique by the way that I capture them and the way that I choose to look at the day for that specific video. So I definitely get the comment, and I definitely feel that. But that is the reason that I daily vlog or make videos every single day. And if you're feeling creatively stuck or creatively frustrated or whatever, I recommend trying it for at least 30 days, because then you get into a gel and you really learn a lot about yourself creatively and personally too. So. Live right down the street from a marina, like where they launch boats, and like where people's houses are like right up to the water, and they dock their boats right on their dock, the whole 9 yards. And it's one of my favorite places to go while we're here, just because it's really pretty. It's within walking distance, and it's like perfect outside because it's Southern California. So I don't think I've shared this on the vlog, and if so, I can't remember. Before I moved to Virginia, I actually spent some time in Northern California. Where we lived in Northern California, we lived in a town that had like this whole thing where there was like boats and docks. It's called Discovery Bay, and it was right on like a delta. And everybody that used the delta, or a lot of people that used the delta, happened to have houses that were like that parked right up against it. While we lived there, I loved going down to that area just because there was water, honestly, and that was the closest water source like around, like at all. Like we pretty much lived in the desert. And not to mention, when we lived in Southern California, we would always go down to the marinas and walk around on the docks. Not this exact dock, but ones like it. So it's very nostalgic whenever I come down to places like this. And like I said before, for whatever reason, I haven't been down here since being here. So I'm gonna, yeah. You know, I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it. One thing that I love about walking around with the camera is you just meet people. I just finished talking to a guy that was talking about Sony cameras, and he actually brought up a good point that I really didn't think about. And basically, the summary of the conversation is, with the Sony a7S III, it has a smaller megapixel count. It has 12 compared to a normal like photo camera has like 48, and typically that doesn't give you as good low light performance. But he was saying that using the Sony a7R that he owns, it has a higher megapixel count, meaning that the low light doesn't perform as well as something like the a7S III for photos. Like the grain is less, and that's something I didn't think about until he brought it in. And that makes sense. I love meeting new people, and the cameras, I love it. Also, there's a plane flying over, so hopefully that doesn't mess my audio up. Okay, I wandered around, and I'm a little lost. I'm not really sure how I got here, one, and how to get back to where I need to go for two. I've been in California for like 4 or 5 days, and I realized I haven't actually been to the beach. So I decided to just kind of come down here, just for that. You know what this whole like scenery reminds me of? On the plane right out here, I watched a movie. It's called Asteroid City. It's actually, if you're interested in cinematography at all, I recommend you check it out. But it's basically the whole premise of the movie is based in the desert, and it has like little pops of green, and this whole area reminds me of that. It's kind of cool. There are also a lot of sticks. I've stepped on 2 that are sticking straight up that